Hello, I haven't done one of these for ages, mainly because I sort of lost my mojo a little bit and couldn't think of anything worthwhile that I think anyone would be interested in hearing about. And then I had the perfect opportunity, because if you've listened to my previous videos, you'll know that I'm a huge advocate for HRT. So this is a HRT update. Yesterday I went for my first checkup since starting testosterone at the beginning of December. So you'll know from my previous videos that I've been on HRT, estrogen patch and progesterone, body identical, for circa 4 years now. But in December, mainly because of what I'd learned and listened to, because I'm quite curious, that I thought, I wonder if my testosterone levels are right, because I was suffering from symptoms that the estrogen and the progesterone were not dealing with. And some of those symptoms were, I only wear one contact lens, but I was really struggling. And I was constantly aware of it, and I'd been to the optician and they said, oh, it's your age. I had this sort of go energy, nervous energy, but I couldn't achieve anything. So I would start tasks, say washing up, for example, and halfway through I'd be thinking, but I haven't put the laundry on. So I'd stop what I was doing and I'd go and do the laundry, and then I'd be thinking of something else and something else. But it was all with this urgency of everything had to be done now. I couldn't feel grounded or calm in my body, and I just felt that everything had to be done and I had to do everything at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I thought I got social anxiety. I didn't like making eye contact with people. I thought I'd just developed social anxiety. I was starting to suffer from a little bit of vaginal dryness, which is a real thing, may I say, in menopause. My sleep had started to deteriorate. I just didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. But there was also a load of other symptoms that or things that since have been alleviated. So I had my blood test done. I went to a private clinic, Bristol Menopause, had the blood test done, and my estrogen was low, so we topped that up a little bit, but my testosterone was incredibly low. So we started me on the sachet that would last 8 days. It's a gel. Now, I've done a video previously on that, so go and have a look at that if you want to. And then you have to have another test at 3 months and a review. So I'd had my bloods taken last week, and then I had the whole review with the doctor yesterday, again at the private clinic. And I feel amazing. So I feel like sort of clinically really well. The dry eyes resolved, the feelings of not being settled in my own skin, in my own body, all of that has all gone. I feel grounded, I feel settled. I do not have social anxiety at all. I no longer feel I have to do 1,000,000 jobs all at once, all at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I feel settled. I can complete tasks easily, effortlessly. I don't feel compelled that everything's got to be complete before I can relax. My sleep's massively improved. I feel like I've had factory reset, and I've had the very latest software upgrade. That's how I feel, like I've been plugged into the national grid or something, and it feels great. I feel happy, alive, energetic, and I do a lot. I weight train 3 to 4 times a week. I walk every day, about half an hour, 45 minutes after work, whatever the weather. And I've started doing a little bit of evening yoga, just yoga with Adrienne from YouTube. I'm sure everybody's familiar. And I've got so much energy. I picked up a virus last week that my husband had a few days away and he brought back. And normally, a few years ago, that would have floored me for a week or 10 days. I had one really poorly day. I was over it in 2 days. That's unheard of for me. I feel amazing. and there's still room for more on my bloods. So the bracket they give you, I'm still at the lower end. So instead of the sachet lasting me 8 days, we've changed it now and it's going to last me 6. So I started that little increase today. So I should see even more benefits. But the reason I'm talking about this is there's not so many people I think that know about it or feel they can ask for it. So I'm lucky, my GP has now agreed to take over the prescribing of this. They're not obliged to. I'm hoping that will change, because let's face it, if men suffered from the menopause and they couldn't get their testosterone, it would everything would be made available, wouldn't it? But I really think where we're going wrong in the NHS is when a woman gets to sort of 45, 50, why don't they just offer standard hormone blood tests, particularly for testosterone? I know estrogen fluctuates, but with testosterone, because I bet you there's a load of women who are having appointments and prescriptions and appointments, outpatients or whatever, and treatments for things that are not correct because their hormones aren't balanced. I bet they're on pain relief, anti-inflammatories, blood pressure tablets, eye drops for dry eyes, creams for things like eczema or other skin conditions, and antidepressants, because I'm telling you, having got my hormones balanced, those things, if I'd have rocked up to my GP with some of my ailments, I would have come away with possibly eye drops, possibly antidepressants, especially if I said I've got social anxiety, and I had some joint pains, so they might have given me some anti-inflammatories, and actually all these things have gone away because of testosterone. And I was talking to somebody about it and they said, but that costs a lot of money, wouldn't it? But would it? Because how much money is already being spent on appointments, prescriptions, referrals, other treatments, when if the NHS offered this as a standard, how much could it could just be life-changing for some women. A lady who lives near me, she's soon to be 80, I think she's 80 next month. She's just started testosterone. She's nearly 80. And her daughter got on it. Her daughter's was using it and said, "Mum, you need to be on this." And she was, I think, a month in. So you don't have to be like my age. You can be any age. You can be older and benefit. I know I'm rambling. I cannot advocate for this enough. I just wish it was a test that every woman could get from her GP without having to pay privately for it. But if you can, and if you're just not feeling quite yourself, and you have the means to be tested, I cannot recommend it enough. I feel like a completely different person. I can't tell you. I can follow conversations. I started a new job 2 months ago, and it's complex and it's difficult at times, but my ability to absorb information, assimilate it, understand it, follow conversations. I don't need a shopping list when I go out to the shops now, because I just remember. I couldn't do any of this before. I just have to write everything down. I can just remember things and understand things and follow complex conversations. I'm telling you, it's life-changing.